Hello everyone and welcome. We're here in Yeshivat Chut Shel Chesed under the guidance of Rabbi Shalom Arush, and today we are continuing to learn his new booklet called I'm in Your Hands. And Rabbi Arush is going through the benefits of living with bitachon. We spoke about that it helps you for your mental health. We spoke about that it gives you confidence, because bitachon is really confidence. We spoke about freedom, being free and not having to live for other people. And now we're going to go to one of the big ones, making a living. So it says like this: it's no secret that inflation is taking a toll on all of us. Even those who seem to be well off are suffering on some level, putting in more sweat, tears, and hours of work. And even those that are making money, it's taking more to make that money. It seems like most of the world is suffering from either lack of money or just having to go through so much trouble just to put some bread on the table. But a person with bitachon enjoys a twofold blessing. Firstly, he will always have a steady income, and secondly, it will come easily to him. This is a promise from our rabbis. We must recognize that our income is granted to us in proportionate to the level of our bitachon. With bitachon, one can live with calm and tranquility. With bitachon, you can rid yourself of all your worries, fears, and anxieties about making a living. You can also keep your composure when deals dry up or investments fail. You have what to bank on, so to speak, because you know that Hashem is always going to take care of you. What does it mean that you have bitachon? You know that Hashem is taking care of you. You know that you're always going to have food on your table. Chovot HaLevavot says that a person is always going to have what they need. There's no situation that a person is not going to have what they need. With bitachon, of course. With bitachon, you'll always have a steady income. Living with bitachon means bringing Hashem into your life and into your workplace. By doing so, your success will spill over into all other areas of your life, and especially in your workforce. You're going to bring Hashem into the picture. You say, Hashem helps me with my parnasa. Hashem helps me with making a living. Hashem helps me, gives me good ideas how to build software. Hashem gives me good ideas which deals to take and which deals to leave, what things to buy, what things to sell, at what time. You bring Hashem into your situation, there's only going to be blessings. There's only going to be good. Hashem becomes your partner. He is involved in your business, blessing you, watching over you, protecting you, guiding your way, and shining His light before you. With Hashem as your partner, you are blessed with success and grace. You will experience blessing and success in your income. It will spill over to more things, to your marriage, with your children, and every aspect of your life. When things don't go as planned, you won't be filled with rage or lose confidence. With bitachon, it's business as usual. Bitachon brings your income. You must have bitachon to make a living. Of course, there's so much more to say on this topic, and there's so much to learn. A person wants to learn more, you could get a hold of Shari Bitachon of the Chovot HaLevavot, where he speaks about very detailed how to he breaks it down to a lot of categories. But this is just for starters, so to speak. A person goes and he has bitachon that Hashem is taking care of him. He's always going to have clothes, he's always going to have food, and he's going to. Be'ezrat Hashem. The key to salvation. Everyone faces problems they wish they could free themselves of. With bitachon, we bring about salvations in a profound way, even greater than with prayers, sigulot, or spiritual remedies. We will soon learn that bitachon can save you even if you are not worthy. Instead of looking outwards, looking for different sigulot or blessings, you will look inwards. Your problems become your salvation. What does that mean? By working through your problems with bitachon, you will develop tools that can help you live a happy and meaningful life. If you struggle in life, you must learn bitachon. You must have bitachon to bring salvation. Hashem will save you from all evil. This is going to be built upon. This will be built upon much more soon. We are presently facing a complicated security situation. Things are getting scarier and more complicated by the day. We are threatened from all sides. People are placing their security and hope in the wrong places. Heaven forbid. People put their hopes and trust in weapons and the like. It says this is very good. It doesn't want to belittle these means of protection. But listen, let me be frank, the rabbi says. All the money being poured into our security system is not the true solution to our problem. These systems cannot provide us with a genuine sense of security. Yes, it is the minimum that we can do. But don't put your hopes and salvation in that. Yes, you're going to do that. True security can only be found in Hashem. There are countless proofs to support this truth. The Malbim teaches us that the greater your bitachon, the more protection you bring upon yourself. So we said before that the more bitachon, the more income. If you believe Hashem will give you an income, you'll have an income. Same thing holds too with feeling safe and secure. If you know that Hashem is watching over you, there's no one that could harm you without Hashem, you'll be safe, you'll be calm, you won't be worried. But the Malbim says even more. He says, besides for not worrying, he says, by having bitachon, you're bringing yourself protection. More and more protection. Bitachon is the answer. Bitachon is the way to protect yourself from all evil. Bitachon can bring global security. You must have bitachon for your safety. So we learned that bitachon is necessary for your livelihood. We learned that bitachon is important to bring salvation. And we learned that bitachon is very important to feel safe and secure. Now, the rabbi says that he saved the best for last. There's another compelling reason for you to acquire the trait of bitachon. You might think that bitachon is only for the most pious, it's reserved for the lofty rabbis. Even a Torah scholar might believe that because he learns Torah and keeps the commandments, he doesn't need to have bitachon, or he doesn't need to learn about bitachon, he doesn't need to strengthen his bitachon or pray to have bitachon. The rabbi says there's a serious mistake. The Vilna Gaon writes in his commentary on the book of Proverbs an astounding statement, one that leaves no room for error. He writes, and we'll bring his words in English. The sole purpose Hashem gave the Torah to the Jewish people is for them to place the bitachon in Him. For the main thing is complete bitachon in Hashem, which encompasses all the commandments. So the Vilna Gaon, who was a Gaon, which means that he was a great Torah scholar, and he was a genius, he said the whole reason why we have Torah is for this one thing called bitachon. In another place, the Vilna Gaon says that without bitachon, one loses all the Torah. That's frightening. This means that someone who learns Torah but lacks bitachon is not truly learning Torah, and the Torah that they believe they have acquired is essentially lost from them. He says he is a shield to all those who place their trust in him. He says this isn't only for physical matters. This applies to spiritual matters as well. Bitachon will protect you from transgressing the Torah. Bitachon must be your primary shield. It says that, what does the pasuk say? He is the shield to all those who place their trust in him. We were just speaking about security, and that's 100% true. The Vilna Gaon takes it a step further and says also for your spirituality. You want to be saved from sin? You want to be saved that your Torah that you learned, you'll remember? You want to be saved from the Yetzer Hara? How do you do that? He says very easy. You got to learn bitachon. You got to have bitachon. You got to strengthen your bitachon. Rabbeinu Bachai says that if you have bitachon, it must mean that you have emunah. For bitachon is the fruit of emunah, like we said in the beginning. He also writes that bitachon is the main rule of the Torah. This is why we brought this Rabbeinu Bachai, because it's connected to what the Vilna Gaon was saying. Based on what we said until now, it's becoming clear that attaining bitachon must be the main goal and aspiration for every Jew, young and old. No matter who you are, no matter where you are, whatever level you're on, you must have bitachon to complete your mission in life. Now, Rabbi Aaron Rata says in his book Shomer Emunim, he summarizes this very simply in one sentence. The rabbi brings it down. He writes, no, there is almost nothing which doesn't depend on the trait of bitachon. So we brought a few things. We brought a bunch of things. We spoke about mental health. We spoke about confidence. We spoke about freedom. We spoke about making a living. We spoke about bringing salvation. We spoke about security, watching over your spirituality. Shomer Emunim says that is the trait that everything is connected to. So, dear reader, as you read this pamphlet, or dear listener, understand and internalize that what you gain from it has the power to change your life for the better. Your everyday life will look different if you truly embrace these teachings. You will not encounter far-fetched ideas. You will receive practical advice that will guide you in your day-to-day dealings. In the merit of learning and implementing these ideas, may we be blessed with success, happiness, prosperity, and tranquility. Let us begin this journey together. That brings us to the end of chapter 1 and brings us to chapter 2, to what is bitachon. First, the rabbi decided to start off and tell us, why do we need bitachon, or how can bitachon help me? And there's nobody that could say, oh, I'm okay, I'm truly free, I don't get any no one could bother me, no one could make me lose my equilibrium. A person doesn't doubt where his living, his making a living is coming from. A person can't say he's free from sin. Right? That's for sure a big one. We all have something that we can relate to. We all have something that bitachon will talk to us. And Be'ezrat Hashem, we will soon learn what bitachon truly is and how to attain it. So I want to thank everyone for joining us till now, and to stay tuned and continue tuning in every week. We're going through this booklet together. You want to read it on your own, that's great. This is a chance to do it together as a group, and that's a very big thing. So thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you next time where we start chapter 2.